Whata.
And g'day viewers, I'm Michael.
And I'm Janet, and welcome to this week's episode about the superpower of resilience.
Life's challenges can be tough, right? But you possess the ultimate superpower, and it's called resilience.
Harness the strength within you to bounce back, no matter the obstacle.
This podcast empowers you to overcome adversity, grow stronger, and conquer the impossible.
Unlock your potential, rise above, and rewrite your story. So if you're ready to embrace your superpower of resilience today and transform your life so you can conquer anything, listen up. Whata.
And g'day viewers, I'm Michael.
And I'm Janet, and welcome to this week's episode about resilience, how to build, nurture, and strengthen it.
The word resilience comes from Latin, meaning to rebound or recoil, the act of rebounding or springing back. Life's challenges can be tough, but you possess the ultimate superpower, and it's called resilience. We can all harness the strength within to bounce back no matter the obstacles. Today's episode empowers you to overcome adversity, grow stronger, and conquer the impossible.
Resilience can help you rewrite your story and your outcomes. In times when life hits hard, including and not limited to health challenges, death of a loved one, divorce, financial issues, job loss, social media burnout, and just coping with the waves of bad news that keep coming at us, sometimes everything hits you at once. The day may start off all right, and all of a sudden it's a rush of blindsides and it can knock you over. Times like these require resilience to cope and to keep going on this ocean of life we are living in, with its waves and currents and at times tsunamis of trauma. So what are some strategies we can use to build and strengthen our resilience?
First, let's explore the 4 types of resilience model and the practical things that we can do to strengthen and nurture them. So the 4 types are physical, mental, emotional, and social. Physical resilience is nurtured and strengthened by looking after yourself with good nutrition, physical exercise, and quality rest and relaxation. Keeping aware of how your body is feeling and addressing health issues before they become problematic is key. Often people put their own health on the back burner. See that all too often. As they're too busy, too stressed, too broke, excuses aplenty come up. The thing is, without your health, nothing else matters.
Mental resilience is nurtured by making time for working on your mental health and well-being. We strongly encourage meditation. There are many guided meditations on YouTube that are free and accessible, so there really is no excuse not to find one that resonates with you, and you can start with as little as 5 minutes a day. Think of meditation as a deep, restorative, relaxing bath for your mind. The more you practice, the stronger your resilience will become. Meditation helps you with mindfulness, and it improves your ability to respond rather than react. Daily journaling is very helpful, and a simple daily routine with steps that you can address can assist in mental resilience, growing it and nurturing it. Also, seek professional medical help if you are worried about your mental health.
Emotional resilience grows and strengthens with simple, thoughtful activities, such as thinking about your breathing. Breath work is easy to learn, and allowing yourself the time to practice slow, deep, effective breathing affects your entire physiology. Taking slow, deep, controlled breaths with longer exhalations stimulates your vagus nerve, resulting in a drop in heart rate and reduced blood pressure. And when you practice this breathing, you experience greater feelings of calm and relaxation. Practicing EFT, emotional freedom technique, or what's also known as tapping, can diffuse the charge around stored, destructive, negative emotions, and again strengthens your emotional resilience.
Social resilience is nurtured when we learn to really pay attention to each other and listen. Be present and in the moment with your fellow human beings. Practice listening without judgment. If something the other person says is opposition to your own beliefs, stop, listen, and let it be. It's okay to disagree. It's okay that each person has their own beliefs. Practice paying attention to each other with genuine interest. Be there, be present, and responsive to each other. And for goodness sake, Turn off social media and connect with others face to face as much as possible.
Resilience is like having a set of superpowers that can help you tackle life's challenges. So let's explore some of these signs of resilience. Firstly, there's the survivor mindset. Resilient people see themselves as survivors, even when life gets tough. They know they can keep pushing through until they reach the other side. Secondly, it's about emotional control. Resilience means being a pro at handling your emotions, especially when stress comes knocking. It's not about avoiding strong feelings like anger or sadness or fear. It's about realizing that these emotions are just temporary and figuring out how to deal with them. Thirdly is what we call feeling in the driver's seat. Resilient people often have a strong sense of control over their own lives. They believe that their actions can influence what happens in their world, and that is a big part of their resilience.
Then there's problem-solving wizardry. When challenges crop up, resilient individuals take a step back, think logically, and come up with smart solutions that can actually make a difference. And the all-important factor of self-compassion. Resilience isn't just about being tough. It's about being very, very kind to yourself, especially when times are tough. Resilient people know how to show themselves love, and they know that it's okay not to be okay, and also to ask for help when needed. And it's also about being a team player. So having a solid crew of supportive folk around you is another big sign of resilience. Resilient people understand the value of leaning and working with others. And when they need it, they offer support in return.
We recently watched the David Beckham documentary, which exemplified to both of us his incredible resilience. Beckham, who was the iconic English footballer, was known for his generational skill on the field, which, when I watched this, I actually had no idea how incredibly good he actually was. Nor did I realise how much he did and still does adore his wife, Victoria, who, with all she's had to contend with, is also incredibly resilient. But the thing that stood out for me most was his remarkable resilience and determination. And one of the most defining moments in his career that showcased his resilience was when he was dropped from the Real Madrid team. So he was actually then faced with two choices. But rather than dwelling on his past glories or letting his ego take over, he chose to respond in a way that would ultimately solidify his legacy. He responded by training harder than ever before. He spent countless hours on the training ground by himself, working on his weaknesses and improving his fitness. He knew that if he wanted to regain his place on the team, he had to prove himself all over again. And the amazing thing was that off the field, Beckham remained positive and focused, and he avoided public complaints. And his determination earned respect from his teammates, fans, and then inevitably the coaches. His hard work paid off as he fought his way back into the Real Madrid starting lineup, proving his adaptability, improvement, and unwavering performance at the highest level.
And what about resilience in the literary world? Well, here's a quick example from Stephen King's fabulous book, On Writing. He says he initially pinned every rejection letter he received to his wall with a nail. He continues and says, by the time I was 14, the nail in my wall would no longer support the weight of the rejection slips impaled upon it. I replaced the nail with a spike and kept on writing. Many authors have a similar tale, including Ernest Hemingway, George Orwell, Louisa M. Alcott, Judy Blume, J.K. Rowling, F. Scott Fitzgerald, William Golding, and on the list goes. Imagine if these people didn't develop and nurture their resilience. Look at all the brilliant stories we would have missed out on. If you're one of those budding authors facing rejection letter after rejection letter, the best advice I can give you is right on, McDuff.
Yep, you bet. Another great example of resilience is in the music world with Ed Sheeran. So in the mid-2000s, his journey began with a series of rejections from multiple record labels. And every single label he went to told him his song wasn't a hit or this song wouldn't work. And the fact that he was slightly chubby and ginger wasn't a good marketing tool for them. He even once had to perform in an empty concert venue to just the sound engineer after nobody turned up. Instead of letting rejection discourage him, his resilience grew. He took matters into his own hands, performing in small venues, busking on the streets, and promoting his music tirelessly through social media. He honed his craft, building a dedicated fan base, captivated by his style and his songs. And eventually the world of music noticed this persistent little redhead. In 2011, after years of hard work, he signed with Atlantic Records. His debut album catapulted him to stardom. And as they say, the rest is history.
So reflecting on this episode, the strategies we've given and the stories we've told, we encourage you to nurture and strengthen your resilience so that you too can overcome the challenges that this marvellous life will most definitely throw your way, and use them to grow, change and evolve into the best version of you possible. Until next time, love and blessings.
See ya.